Yo, it's intro. What are you saying? We're locked in from the park. Obviously, last time I filmed in the park, the audio quality was slacking. You guys are letting me know for real, so I had to step up the audio. I feel like I'm on a podcast. But yeah, the sun is out. UK summer's in full swing. We out here. What else can I say? So yeah, today I'm going to be speed running how I turned my girl Nia Archives into a low poly PlayStation 1-esque 3D rendering. Yeah. And later I'm going to be putting her inside a hologram of sorts. So stay tuned for the end. It's going to be fun. Working with Nia is always so calm. I just get creative freedom to run up any ideas and projects I've had in the pipeline and bring them to life. So for this particular project, I thought it would be sick to, and I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, but I thought it would be sick to explore the dynamic link between the evolution of PlayStation 1 games in parallel to the evolution of the genre of jungle music, as they kind of happen at very similar pace, very similar time. I never really talk through my work process because it's always messy and it only makes sense up here. So forgive me for the transgressions I'm gonna be showing you in this video, but it's just how I work, okay? It's just how I work. So it only felt right that I should do a brief history of the genre. Let's do it. Let's run up a little brief history of jungle music. Come on. A very brief history of jungle music, yeah. After 10 years of war, it was looking a bit peak for post-World War II Britain. Due to labour shortages, Britain enlisted help from Commonwealth countries to rebuild and repopulate. In June 1948, a mad big ship by the name of Empire Windrush began a series of journeys across the North Atlantic Ocean, bringing migrants and veterans from the Caribbean Isles to London. They not only brought the vibes and the Scotch bonnet that England so desperately needed, but music was brought along too, as well as sound system culture, which would later establish the foundation of UK underground music as we know it. 40 odd years later, and new equipment became available to the general public. PCs such as the Atari ST and Amiga Commodore 1200 could run software such as Cubase version 1.0, which supported MIDI inputs. UK producers such as those on screen started playing around with the amen break, now the most sampled portion of music in the world. But unlike their American breakbeat and acid house counterparts, the UK was known for chopping and reconstructing the break to form new rhythmic variations accompanied by ragga-influenced samples and synths. One of the earliest jungle tracks to be officially released was We Are IE by Lenny P. Eyes, which features all the identifying characteristics of the genre we know so well. Around about a similar time, another game-changing, excuse the pun, piece of technology had fallen into the hands of the consumer, the PlayStation 1, a Japanese marvel which supported 32-bit gaming, and most importantly, a 16-bit sound processing unit, which was the first time a gaming console could produce CD-quality audio, via to 8-bit music. A multitude of PlayStation 1 music composers took inspiration from the UK scene, such as Hideki Ogawa, Soichi Terada, and Jun Jikuma. They proliferated the jungle sound by their beautiful compositions, which would go on to reach vast audiences across the world. On an unrelated note, shout out to Dylan Beale for producing the first released proto-grime instrumental 10 years prior to the movement. This just goes to show how video games played a hugely understated role in the distribution of jungle and other pioneering genres at the time. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed a very brief history of jungle music, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, before I jump into showing you guys how I actually made the artwork, I just wanted to precursor it by saying that what you're about to see is by no means an authentic or respectful interpretation of the PlayStation 1 genre of artwork. If you're truly interested in understanding how to authentically reproduce the characteristic limitation of the early PlayStation consoles, and the beautiful artifacts that said limitations created, then definitely check out Marsis PSX FX. They are a genius, straight up genius. They upload regular devlogs and documented research on all of the, the memory limitations that the PlayStation had and how developers at the time used to work around them to create the aesthetic that we all are so fond of at the moment. So run up their channel if you're looking to really delve into how to do this in the most authentic way. Like I said, I will not be doing that. I'm just having a bit of fun. Without further ado, this is how I made the piece. Let's go. Can you make some noise inside the First thing I did was model a low poly sort of representation of a humanoid form. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I've never done any low poly work before, and it was actually harder than I thought it would be. I mean, I made the ignorant mistake of assuming that low poly equals easy, which is absolutely not the case. I'll tell you that right now. If anything, you do actually need a basic understanding of anatomy to understand how to simplify the human form into as little topology as possible, which is actually so hard. But I did it in the end. The shoes, as you can see, I fumbled the shoes. We're not going to talk about the shoes. We're also not going to talk about the hair. Actually, no, you know what? The hair wasn't that bad. The hair came out better than I thought it would. So, I'll roll with that. Next, I scoured the internet for a good image of some cargo pants, which I didn't find. This is where Midjourney was my best friend. That's like the first time Midjourney's actually agreed with me. I had to color match the trousers so it looked like they were from the same pant, front and back. Didn't end up being too bad. You can see some very sketchy photoshopping and retouching skills happening right now. But that's because I learned Photoshop when I was 7 and I haven't really upgraded my skills since. I didn't show this bit, but later I pixelated my textures and changed the color profile to 16-bit color. Small efforts to try and make it look a little bit more PlayStation-esque. But again, too little, too late. Still, I liked how it turned out. I'm saying all this negative stuff. I liked how it turned out. But it was a learning curve, okay? Don't get it twisted. Same goes for the jacket. I just projection mapped the jacket onto her. Added a little Stony badge. Nice touch. Because obviously she's the Stony ambassador for real. So had to pull through with that. What you're seeing now on the screen is some nightmarish manipulation of face mesh. I don't really want to talk about it further. It was a dark point in my life and it's painful. And for that very reason, we just chucked in a face gen model because at the end of the day, you just gotta have a bit of respect, self-respect. And if the face mesh wasn't working, I'm not gonna put myself through that. So yeah, moving swiftly on, bruv. Moving swiftly on. For the hair, I just projected an image of braids onto the braids. And you know what? I'm not ashamed because it worked. If it works, don't fix it. If you're coming here for good, sound, intellectual blender advice, you're in the wrong place. Let me just spare you the pain. I rigged and paired my armature to my model. Me and Rococo just have a little thing where, we choose to not be compatible and retargeting just doesn't agree with me. So if anyone would like to chew to me, that would be amazing. And so in times like these, in the cost of living crisis, in the recession like this, you always just gotta fall back on your trusty steed, Mixamo. I love you, Mixamo. Shout out Mixamo. I found this really cool animation, and so I got that and a couple others that I paired together. Mic's not working, guys. Died. It wasn't broken. Crisis averted. So that was the rigging done. It was kind of painful, but with every project comes its tribulations, and that's part of the job. Where was I? With the rigging done, I turned my attention to composition, lighting, other elements that I needed to create story within the scene. Do you know what I mean? Get the turntable sorted, brought in this image of a sound system, and I wanted to animate it in the easiest way possible. So I've really been loving the graph editor recently and using noise modifiers to animate stuff procedurally. And so it meant I didn't have to keyframe the scale every bajillion frames. I could just manipulate the curve and it would animate it for me. Life is good. And yeah, I guess this is it. This is the final composition. I rendered it out, brought in the image sequence into After Effects, added some post-processing stuff, and that's it. It's complete. Now, before I show you the final product, which involves Nia Archives being encased in a hologram frame, I wanted to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community which hosts thousands of articulate classes in a host of different fields to give you the keys to unlock your future potential. If you feel stuck or want to explore the possibility of a new career path, then Skillshare is the perfect place to equip yourself with industry standard knowledge in a multitude of different pathways. I'm currently following a class by Holly M called Creating Your Dream Career, Uncover and Apply Your Creative Strengths. This is a pivotal time for me right now as I form a working relationship with myself, and this class has revealed the importance of investing in myself by means of reflecting on my past and honing in on my strengths and weaknesses to create a path that is bespoke for me, which takes into account my successes and my failures. Whether it's marketing, time management, or even cooking yourself healthy, balanced meals, Skillshare has something for everyone. If you'd like to learn more, then Skillshare is currently offering the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description 1 month of free access to the Skillshare platform. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring my videos, and let's move on. So we're back in the gaff, and I'm finally opening this parcel. I think I've had it in my possession for like half a year, and I've been so excited to open it. I got this cute little knife. This is beautiful. So the company is called Looking Glass, and they make these portrait frames. Well, this is brilliant. I'm scared, like I have no understanding of how this product works. HDMI cable, power cables, and different international adapters. I love unboxing, bro. Like, it's a majestic experience. Cool. Whoa. That's so much different to I don't really know how to translate what it looks like, but it looks like a false bottom kind of thing. So I've just managed to turn it on. Whoa, that's really... I can't really show you. That's insane. This is mad. Wow, okay. I'm hexed. I'm hexed. Cool. I want to get my render on this now. So there's the HDMI cable. Power down your Looking Glass. So this is what it looks like. Just as a test. I managed to get the animation onto the Looking Glass, and it looks amazing. I hope I can try and find a way to record it and show you what it looks like. I'm going to be displaying all my renders in this from now on. But yeah, that's it for today. I had loads of fun making this video. I hope this was like a little glimpse into my thought process and how unstable it is, but that's just how I do. Yeah, I don't know, I feel really blessed to be able to essentially just have fun and make random concepts all day long and get to be able to share them with other people. So yeah, go and check out Marcis's work. Super interesting videos and documentation unpacking this brilliant, beautiful, timeless look. Yeah, I'll see you all really soon, and yeah.